Lin Tian lowered his head, panting heavily, while Jamila's face flushed red, sweat dripping down her skin. She parted her lips, breathing raggedly. Just then, a voice suddenly came from outside the door. "Is Her Majesty the Queen here?" Startled in the middle of their passion, both Lin Tian and Jamila turned toward the door. Jamila immediately reacted, pulling the blanket up and wrapping herself tightly, only her face sticking out. She gestured at Lin Tian to keep quiet. When the people outside received no reply, they spoke again. "HM? The Queen isn't here? We came to discuss some matters with her." The moment the words fell, the door creaked open. Lin Tian quickly pulled on a robe and walked out, blocking the doorway. "Her Majesty hasn't returned yet. It's late already. What business do you have with her?" Linda and Winnie exchanged glances. Winnie smiled and said, "Ah, what a pity." Linda curved her eyes into a sly smile, replying, "In that case, we'll have to discuss with His Highness Dennis instead." Lin Tian froze. "You? What do you mean by this?" Moments later, he found himself sitting stiffly on the bed, Linda and Winnie each pressing close to one side of him. Beneath the blanket, Jamila peeked out with one eye, observing the situation. Lin Tian blushed as the two rubbed themselves against him. What are you doing?" he stammered. Linda licked her lips and grinned mischievously. "We have something we wish to consult His Highness Dennis about." As she spoke, Linda and Winnie leaned in even closer, their bodies pressing against him. Lin Tian grew flustered and raised his voice. "Consultation is fine, but why are you tugging at my trousers?" Hidden beneath the blanket, Jamila ground her teeth in fury, trembling with anger. "These two brats, what are they pretending for? If it wasn't me who lured Adele away, would they dare come here like this?" Just then, another voice sounded from outside. "Sister, are you in there?" The three on the bed jolted in shock, turning toward the door. Linda and Winnie hurriedly pulled the blanket up and whispered urgently, "Quick, hide!" The next moment, they saw Jamila under the blanket. Both of them froze in surprise. "Huh? Sister Jamila? Why are you here?" Outside, Adele's younger sister licked her lips mischievously. Hee, sister, if you're not here, don't blame me." She pushed the door open directly, thinking, "Who told you to be so selfish, hogging Dennis for yourself?" But the smile on her face instantly stiffened. Her expression darkened in anger. Inside the room, Linda, Jamila, and Winnie all stood awkwardly, unable to hide their embarrassment. In the end, the three had no choice but to leave together. Lin Tian sat on the bed, staring at the wide-open door, muttering, "To think these noblewomen could be this." He arched his brow with a sly smile. "Still, I suppose this saves me the trouble of wasting time." But his face quickly turned cold. "It's about time I push forward with my plan involving the Queen." Late at night, lanterns shone brightly across the kingdom. Adele finally returned. She sat astride Lin Tian, pressing a passionate kiss to his lips. Their heavy breathing entangled, then slowly parted. Lin Tian held her face, forcing her to look directly into his eyes. "Your Majesty, I have something to discuss with you, something that concerns the future of the kingdom." Her cheeks flushed, Adele frowned in slight displeasure. "HM? And what could possibly be more important than this right now?" Stroking her cheek, Lin Tian spoke softly. "Our kingdom grows weaker by the day. Why not reopen Apollo's forge and create a great number of magical artifacts to strengthen our nation?" Adele froze, startled by the suggestion. "Reopen the forge? But it's been sealed for so many years. And forging magical artifacts isn't that simple." Her voice echoed through the chamber. "The process is complex. It requires mining ore, enchantments, and even the blessings of the nobility's gods to succeed. To mass-produce them would demand the full strength of the entire kingdom." With that, Adele rose from his body. "The common people and the nobility have lived in peace for too long. They've grown lazy. For me to issue such a command so soon after ascending the throne, they will not support it." Lin Tian replied calmly. "As for the common people, I do have an idea." Thinking of the wild drinking feasts outside, he continued, "The dwarves treat wine as their very life. We can promise that anyone who participates in forging each day will be rewarded with fine wine for free. He embraced Adele from behind, burying his face against her neck as he kissed her and whispered, "For the sake of good wine, they will surely give their all. This way, not only will you show your concern for the common folk, but you'll also establish authority, won't you?" At this, Lin Tian's eyes suddenly sharpened. "And as for the nobles, leave them to me." Adele lay on the bed, gazing at him with dazed eyes. "My Dennis, I never imagined you would think so thoroughly on my behalf.